Hi, it's Toby with the mortgage firm, and I want to talk about credit scores, and qualifying for a mortgage. I am so old that I've been doing this since way before credit scoring ever started. And I run into people now, today that don't want credit. And many years ago, I don't know, credit scoring's maybe been around for 25 years. I've been doing this for 35. And before credit scoring, if somebody didn't have credit or maybe had had credit previously but hadn't had credit in years, we might have said, we as lenders might have said, oh, awesome, Billy or Sarah doesn't use credit. They don't overextend themselves. They save up their money and pay with cash with what they need to. But ever since credit scoring started, that is not the way it works. And basically the system has no way to evaluate us as consumers if we don't have credit, because they don't know how we will pay as we have agreed to pay without having credit. Credit cards are really one of the best piece of credit you can have to develop your score. And canceling credit cards does not work for you, because what happens is you'll keep all of potentially negative, if there had been a late payment, but you kind of lose all of the good credit because the credit card is canceled. Installment loans would be for car loans. Student loans are classified as installment loans. There's all kinds of different loans that you just have structured payments for. You buy a boat, motorcycle, car, and those are good, but obviously those also come to a payoff date. With credit cards, one of the most important things is that you have a line of credit. When you get a card, you establish a line available. And part of how the scoring system evaluates us for a score is how we manage our debt available. So just to keep the numbers simple, let's say that line of credit is for $1,000. And you only owe $2,000 when the report is run. That's great. You're only using 20% of the credit available. Once you start jumping to 75%, and oh my gosh, the minute you actually hit your balance, that's like a double whammy against you for the score. The good news about that is I don't want to say manipulatable, but let's just say that the issue you have is not being able to pay down the debt, but you just are always running high balances. And let's say you're going to be applying for credit soon for a mortgage specifically is what we're talking about. You can pay down that balance, let it sit there for 3 weeks, 4 weeks before we pull the credit, because really that balance is just what we call a snapshot in time. Whatever that balance comes up when the creditor reported in last is what we're going to see and what the credit score is going to be based on. So that's one thing. Another is a credit score. Let's just say a credit score 680 and below. Now, 680 has traditionally been a fine score. Obviously, it's not as good as creeping into the mid and high 700s. But that doesn't mean that's a loan approval. Mortgage loans are run through, and it doesn't matter who you're working with. Mortgage loans that conform to a conventional loan, VA and FHA, those are all run through an automated underwriting system. Most lenders, including us, are able to manually underwrite FHA and VA, but the requirements are much stricter for that. So when we're running through the automated underwriting system, it reads everything, not just the score. And having that score does not mean the loan is approvable. One other thing to mention is that what we see as consumers, let's take Credit Karma, for instance, or you might have the kind of credit card that you also get your credit score whenever you want to see it or on your monthly statement. That is not the same as a mortgage score. Mortgage lenders have a different scoring system, and typically it is going to be lower than what the Credit Karma, the consumer scores, are going to be. That's because we, mortgage lenders scores, look at different things, and the consumer scoring system does not. I have seen as little as hardly anything difference, and I have seen as much as 100-point spread, depending on potential collections that a consumer might have received. And another thing about collections, it does not matter if it's $2 or $20,000. Once it goes reported as a collection, it's a collection. If you go into the website that my website, which is theperfectmortgagesolution.com, you can actually pull down a couple of downloadable documents about what is most important in the credit scoring system, how our scores are derived. And then there's another downloadable document for you that is about if you've had a derogatory event, bankruptcy, foreclosure, how long you have to wait on the different types of mortgages for. Otherwise, obviously, I'm available to you. Call me. Let's talk about it. Go on the website, again, which is theperfectmortgagesolution.com. And download that bit of information. It's called the Buyer's Corner. And if you are even interested in pre-qualifying for a mortgage, because you can't even put an offer in, or most likely get a realtor to show properties without a pre-approval letter. My team and I are standing by, and we are waiting to pre-qualify you and help you get to closing. Hope you're having a super day, and I hope that this was helpful. Bye.